This is Half-Life 2. Condensed. You play as Gordon Freeman, a researcher who has become somewhat of a legendary hero. In the first Half-Life game, you were at the Black Mesa research facility when disaster struck. A resonance cascade was triggered, opening a rift and causing numerous alien lifeforms to invade the facility. The aliens are from Xen, a border world that's best described as a liminal plane of existence. After fighting off the alien threat, you were offered a job by a mysterious individual known as the G-Man.
Time to choose.
You accepted his offer and were put into stasis for 20 years. Black Mesa was nuked shortly after the incident. Because of the resonance cascade, portal storms raced throughout Earth, bringing forth even more Xen creatures and the Combine. The Combine is an interdimensional empire made up of countless alien species, and their goal is to conquer the multiverse. The governments of Earth went to war with the Combine for about just 7 hours before surrendering. Dr. Wallace Breen, the former administrator of Black Mesa, found a way to communicate with the Combine, and he negotiated for humanity's survival. And so, Breen became humanity's representative on behalf of the Combine. Just like to many other alien species, the Combine assimilated humans into their military, mentally and physically altering them to serve the Combine. The Combine also depleted the Earth's natural resources and activated a suppression field that prevents childbirth, so things are looking pretty bad for humanity. Now we can start the main story.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine.
20 years have passed since the Black Mesa incident. G-Man wakes you up from stasis and dumps you onto a train. You arrive at City 17, the Combine's main headquarters on Earth. As you move through the checkpoint, one of the soldiers pulls you aside and unmasks himself.
About that beer I owed you.
It's Barney Calhoun, a man working undercover for the resistance effort. He contacts Dr. Isaac Kleiner, a former Black Mesa scientist, and it's decided you should head to his lab. You continue to move on through, and you see giant broadcast screens of Breen, who's advocating for the Combine. On the way to Dr. Kleiner's lab, you get into the middle of a raid, and you get knocked out by one of the soldiers. But you get rescued by Alex Vance.
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
As Alex guides the way, she says that her father used to work with you back in Black Mesa. Through a secret door disguised as a vending machine, you arrive at Dr. Kleiner's lab.
My goodness. Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
Dr. Kleiner is really excited about his breakthrough with the teleporter he's been working on. Barney arrives at the lab and he opens a door to show you to your suit. Dr. Kleiner's pet, Lamar, who's revealed to be a head crab, pops out.
Lamar! There you are! I thought you got rid of that pest.
Head crabs are relatively small creatures, probably about the size of a house cat, but they're incredibly dangerous. They can latch onto a person's head, puncture their skull, and take control of the body, pretty much turning the victim into a zombie. But according to Dr. Kleiner, Lamar has been debunked, so she's practically harmless.
Here, my pet. Hop up.
Lamar hops up to the shelves, disappearing from view. After that debacle, Barney reunites you with her HEV suit, designed to protect you from radiation, energy discharges, bullets, etc. You head over to the teleporter room and get into contact with Alex's dad, Eli Vance. He's basically the de facto leader of the resistance. Alex is successfully teleported to Eli's lab.
Hey, Doc.
Thank goodness.
When it comes time to teleport you, however, Lamar shows up and causes the teleporter to malfunction. You're teleported back and forth, and you even briefly pop into Breen's office, alerting him of your presence.
I'm all but certain it was Gordon Freeman.
That grub-like creature Breen was talking to is one of the advisors, the supposed controlling force of the Combine Empire. Anyway, you end up being teleported right outside of Dr. Kleiner's lab, so your only option is to go to Eli's lab on foot. Before you depart, Barney throws you your trusty crowbar.
I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa.
So you go through the canal and the railroad fighting the Combine soldiers, and you eventually bump into 2 members of the Underground Railroad, a secret network that helps refugees escape City 17.
You're not the first to come through here by
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
The alien on the left is a Vorticon, an intelligent alien species that have allied themselves with the humans. The Vorticons are capable of telekinesis, telepathy, and other cool things I don't feel like explaining through some unknown force known as the Vortessence. The Vorticon gives you a jolt, which I'm assuming was supposed to heal you, and you're sent on your merry way. Most of the outposts set up by the Underground Railroad are already under attack by the time you arrive. The Combine use mortar shells full of head crabs to neutralize the area, turning the inhabitants into zombies. You reach Station 6, where you're given an airboat and told to head to Station 7. You make your way through the canals while the Combine forces try to impede your progress. Along the way, a Vorticon equips your airboat with a gun so that you can fight off the Combine on your path. You finally reach Black Mesa East, and Judith Mossman, a prominent resistance scientist, lets you in. Judith escorts you to Eli, and the two of you catch up.
Gordon Freeman. Let me get a look at you, man.
Alex shows up shortly after, and she butts heads with Judith over some miscalculations.
Are you blaming me?
No,
Not at all. It was a calculation error, not a mechanical problem.
Eli asks Alex to take you to try out the gravity gun. You and Alex head to an open area and she lets you test out the gravity gun on random objects. Once you get familiar with the gravity gun, Alex introduces you to Dog, her giant robot pet.
My dad built him to protect me when I was a kid.
You and Dog play fetch, but he's not the one fetching, you are. The two of you have fun throwing things around until Combine forces are spotted in the sky. As the facility is being raided by the Combine, a pile of rubble separates you from Alex. With no other way around, Dog opens up the tunnel to Ravenholm and you head there alone. And so you arrive at Ravenholm, a mining town that was bombarded with headcrab shells, turning everyone here into zombies. You meet Father Grigori, the guy who's been setting traps all around town. The guy seems unstable, but he's willing to help you travel across town.
Make free use of my traps, but take care not to fall in them yourself.
He even throws you a shotgun for you to use. For the most part, Father Grigori's traps are quite effective in taking down the zombies. He takes you to the town's graveyard and guides you to the entrance of the mines.
Farewell, brother. I fear I deliver you to a darker place. May the light of lights illuminate your path.
A horde of zombies arrive, and Father Grigori stays behind to fight them off, leaving his ultimate fate unknown. You navigate through the mines and make it outside. You find a resistance hideout, and you're informed that Eli was taken to Nova Prospect. Nova Prospect is a facility where the Combine process and detain citizens that are considered a threat. Alex radios in and says that she will meet you there. You're given a car and you travel across the coastline, encountering numerous large insects known as antlions. The antlions have made colonies in the beach areas, and it's spawning season, so there's a ton of them. You find another resistance base on the way and you're asked to help fight off the Combine. With the RPG given to you, you take down the Combine airships and continue onwards. At another base, you're told that the Combine are looking for your car, so you travel the rest of the way on foot. You mow through antlions and Combine soldiers and you eventually bump into an antlion guard. After you kill it, a Vortigaunt shows up and extracts its pharopods. The Vortigaunt takes you to a resistance hideout and he teaches you how to use the pharopods to command the antlions. Once you get familiar with the pharopods, the Vortigaunt sends you on your way.
The Eli Vance has greatest confidence in you.
You battle the Combine along the coastline with the antlions at your beck and call. You make it inside Nova Prospect and meet up with Alex. With her sonic screwdriver, she can bypass security and unlock all kinds of doors in the facility. Alex says that her knowledge of the place is really limited, so she's just winging it. You and Alex briefly reunite with Eli, who's being held for processing.
Dad, are you alright?
I'm fine, but you've got to get out of here.
Alex plans to get him out of here by recalibrating a Combine teleporter, but Eli doesn't want to leave without Judith. So you and Alex part ways with Eli for now and head to the security station. While looking for Judith through a console, you find out that she's actually a double agent working for the Combine.
You would have had Freeman if you'd been patient and just waited for my signal.
We weren't entirely sure you were ever going to get around to that.
Judith made a deal with Breen, which was to turn you over to him in exchange for Eli, but it seems like the deal didn't go along as planned. You track down Judith, and Alex directly confronts Judith about her betrayal, but Judith insists that she's on the same side as her, she's only trying to protect Eli. Anyhow, Alex brings over Eli and readies the teleporter. As the teleporter loads, Judith distracts Alex and reroutes the teleporter to somewhere else, taking Eli and leaving you and Alex behind. The teleporter takes time to charge back up, and you narrowly escape the Combine forces as you and Alex are teleported to Dr. Kleiner's lab. Dr. Kleiner is surprised to see you and Alex. He was not expecting the two of you. According to him, a whole week has passed already.
Gordon and I were just there a minute ago.
Fascinating. We seem to have developed a very slow teleport.
The teleporter at Nova Prospect became unstable and it blew up the entire facility. This was seen as a signal and a full-blown uprising began. It's also revealed that Eli is being held captive at the Citadel, the Combine's main base at the center of City 17. Dr. Kleiner reunites Dog with Alex, so you get in touch with Barney and you're told to head his way with Dog. In the meantime, Alex will take Dr. Kleiner somewhere safe. So you and Dog head out, fighting waves of Combine forces. Dog gets on top of some Combine airship and flies off somewhere. You meet up with a group of resistance soldiers and they're completely trashing the place.
Dr. Freeman? We're coming with you. With you here, Dr. Freeman, we can finally make some headway.
As you get closer to the Citadel, Barney and Alex help you along the way. You reunite with Dog at the foot of the Citadel and he's wrecking the area, looking for Alex, who's gone into the Citadel alone. Dog opens up a way for you to get inside the Citadel and you head in there alone. As you're infiltrating the Citadel, you get inside one of the metal pods to move up the building. You arrive at a security gate and the confiscation field disintegrates all your weapons except for the gravity gun, which has somehow been powered up in the process. With the super powered gravity gun, you effortlessly take down the Combine soldiers as you move up the Citadel. When you finally reach the top, you become restrained and the gravity gun is taken away from you. Judith comes and takes you to meet Breen and Eli in the main office.
If I'd known you were going to come straight up to my office, I wouldn't have bothered hunting you in the first place?
Breen asks Eli to tell the Resistance to stand down, but Eli refuses to comply. So, Breen brings Alex on over and threatens to send her and Eli through a Combine portal. But, surprise, Judith turns on Breen and frees you, Eli, and Alex from the pods. Breen takes the gravity gun, shoots at you, and runs off.
Oh, no. Don't worry about me, honey.
There's no time, Alex. He's on his way to the portal.
You and Alex go after Breen and you see him talking to an advisor.
Hurry, he's right behind me.
He escapes once again, but he leaves the gravity gun behind. Breen is on his way to open a portal to the Combine's overworld, so you need to stop him. You head to the very top of the Citadel, where the dark energy reactor is located, and you destroy it. Just as the reactor explodes, time freezes, and G-Man shows up.
Is it really that time again? It seems as if you only just arrived.
He commends your endeavors and makes a few cryptic comments about your work and signs off, putting you in stasis once again. And that's Half-Life 2, Condensed. And the story continues. This is Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Condensed. The game starts right after the end of the previous game. Several Vortigaunts show up and extract you and Alex away from the reactor's explosion. The Vortigaunts push G-Man away and he seems upset at their intrusion.
We'll see about that.
And you wake up to see Dog digging you out from a pile of rubble. You reunite with Alex and she finds a conveniently placed piece of comms equipment. Alex contacts Eli and Dr. Kleiner and they say that the core in the Citadel is going to blow up the entire city. So you and Alex need to haul ass to stabilize the core in order to buy some time. Dog throws you and Alex into the Citadel structure and the two of you head to the core. On the way, you get to see a stalker up close.
They shouldn't bother us if we leave them alone.
Stalkers are humans that have been drastically altered through surgery and cybernetic implantation, turning into mindless slaves working for the Combine. You keep going and come across a console, which Alex uses to find a path to the core. But somehow, a recording of Breen and the advisor starts playing.
There's no way I can survive in that environment.
Thank God, it's just an old recording.
A host? Buddy, you must be joking. I can't possibly... Oh, all right, damn it, if that's what it takes. Just hurry, he's right behind me.
After the recording is done, you see a pod carrying an advisor's body being transferred somewhere. This scene strongly implies that the Combine are planning to transfer Breen's consciousness into an advisor's body. You get to the core and manage to stabilize the core temporarily, so now there's enough time to get out of the city. Alex discovers that the Combine were trying to accelerate the Citadel's destruction in order to send a transmission back to their homeworld. Alex also discovers a recording of Judith talking about some unknown project, but it's cut short by a Combine attack.
If the site is where we think it is, then it should be no more than... I'm gonna cut this short. We may have been spotted.
And so, Alex makes a copy of the Combine's transmission and Judith's recording, and the two of you get on a train headed outside. The train you caught a ride on holds a few stalkers. The train derails, and one of the stalkers lands on top of Alex. The two of you make it out safely, but Alex is clearly distressed about what just happened. Nevertheless, you go through the underground tunnels, fighting zombies, antlands, and disorganized Combine soldiers.
A Combine zombie? That's like a zombine, right? Zombine, get it? Okay.
The headcrabs have started to go after Combine soldiers, one of the signs that the Combine were quickly losing control. You make it outside and see a broadcast from Dr. Kleiner. He says that the Combine on Earth are completely cut off from their homeworld, albeit temporarily.
In addition to the completely xenotheric species, there are many modified post-human allies still remaining on Earth who will be doing their utmost to re-establish lines of communication and supply with the larger forces.
He also mentions that the suppression field is down, so he encourages everyone to go make some babies. You meet up with Barney and help him evacuate civilians out of the city. When that's all done with, Barney and the civilians depart on a train while you and Alex draw the Combine forces away from them. You and Alex manage to find another train and barely make it out. As you're moving away from City 17, you see the Citadel sending out the transmission and it blows up. And that's the end of Episode 1. This is Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Condensed. You wake up in the train wreckage and Alex helps you out. She hands you your gravity gun and determines to go find her dad. Delivering the data packet is the top priority right now. There's a giant super portal above the ruins of the Citadel, which causes a portal storm to occur. You find a communication building and get into contact with Eli, Dr. Kleiner, and a new character, Dr. Magnuson, who's kind of an asshole. Magnuson explains what the data packet from the Citadel really contains.
What you have there, young lady, is the specific contact code for the Combine overworld.
Good God.
If the super portal fully opens, Combine reinforcements will arrive and re-establish their dominance. So you need to deliver the data packet to the White Forest base before that happens. Combine forces start sweeping the area, so you and Alex get a move on. You arrive at an old mining town and Alex gets attacked by a Combine hunter. You're knocked unconscious, and when you wake up, you see a Vortigaunt trying to heal Alex. The Vortigaunt frees you from the rubble and tells you that he can't heal Alex all by himself, so he calls for his kin. He receives word that there should be help at a nearby resistance base in the mines, so you make your way there with the Vortigaunt. You travel through an antlion cave and make it to the base. The Vortigaunt lays Alex on a table and continues to keep her alive. The other Vortigaunts are still making their way here, so you help the resistance members fight off the antlions, making sure they don't attack Alex. After fighting off swarms of antlions, the other Vortigaunts arrive, but their combined power still isn't enough to save Alex, so they ask for an antlion's larval extract. One Vortigaunt accompanies you as you venture deep into the antlion's cave. The Vortigaunt proves to be an invaluable companion, powering up generators to help you proceed and fighting off enemies as you journey with him. You arrive at the Nectarium and the Vortigaunt collects the larval extract. On the way back to Alex, the Vortigaunt explains why larval extract is so treasured.
The creatures exude many valuable compounds, but the extract is the most prized by far. It dissolves the false veils that divide the vortessence.
You're back with Alex, and the Vortigaunt consumes the larval extract. And so, the Vortigaunts begin their healing mumbo-jumbo. As the healing process is being carried out, time is stopped and G-Man pops in.
Dr. Freeman, I realize this moment may not be the most convenient for a heart-to-heart, but I had to wait until your friends were otherwise occupied.
G-Man explains Alex's importance and asks that you deliver her safely to White Forest. He ends the meeting by creepily telling Alex to relay one simple message to Eli.
When you see your father, relay these words. Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
And Alex awakens, recovered from her injuries but still a little weak. You, Alex, and the Vortigaunt head to the surface. You see a large number of Combine forces heading north towards White Forest. It becomes a race to get to White Forest before the Combine. You find a car and the Vortigaunt says that he must part ways to deal with the unhatched advisors. Alex expresses her gratitude and the two of you depart. You find a radio tower, so you try to communicate with Dr. Magnuson, saying that the Combine are heading to White Forest, but the transmission is blocked by the advisor. You continue onwards until you're interrupted by the telepathic attack of an advisor. You investigate a barn nearby and find an advisor inside its metal cocoon. You destroy its life support systems, but the advisor emerges anyhow. The advisor looks confused about its surroundings and also seems inexperienced with its powers. I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume that this advisor is Breen's new host body. Anyway, the advisor's pod gets damaged, so it flees the area. When you get close to White Forest base, a Strider pops out from a downed Combine dropship, but Dog shows up and takes down the Strider. You finally arrive at the White Forest base and reunite with Eli.
We make a pretty good team.
Yeah, well, that's good because, well, now that the suppression field's down, we all have to do our part.
Dad?
Can you blame
You meet with Dr. Kleiner and Magnuson at the rocket silo. If everything goes as planned, the rocket launch should close the super portal. Alex hands the data packet over to Dr. Kleiner and he starts the decoding process. Magnuson tells you to investigate the secondary silo to see why the alarms keep blaring. As you're looking around the silo, the Combine suddenly breached the facility. You fight off the Combine and close the silo doors, preventing any more from entering the facility. Afterwards, you meet up with Eli and Dr. Kleiner, the latter having finished decoding Judith's message. The secret project Judith was referring to is the Borealis, a research vessel that contains really powerful technology. Fun fact, the Borealis' dry dock can be found in Portal 2. Portal and Half-Life are set in the same universe. Wow, crazy.
Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Alright, so Dr. Kleiner believes that the Borealis' technology can be used against a Combine, but Eli believes it to be too dangerous and wants the Borealis destroyed. Eli also wants to go rescue Judith, but Dr. Kleiner says that if the Combine were to capture Eli, the resistance would just collapse. Dr. Kleiner goes off to help Magnuson with the launch. Alex goes into some kind of trance and relays G-Man's message to Eli.
Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
What did you say?
Dad!
Eli sends Alex away so that you can talk with him alone. He talks about G-Man and how he first met him back at Black Mesa. Eli expresses his guilt over the Black Mesa incident, but the conversation is cut short when Alex re-enters the room. So Magnuson takes you to introduce the so-called Magnuson device, a sticky bomb that can be used to take down the Combine Striders. The Striders are the main threat that can take down the rocket, so it's important to get rid of all of them in the area. After some training with the Magnuson devices, you're sent out to take down all the Striders. With help from the Resistance soldiers, you take down all the Striders and return to the base. Magnuson comes to grudgingly give his thanks for protecting the rocket.
I feel compelled to thank you personally for saving my rocket.
You head to the control room with everyone else and witness the launch of the rocket.
Yeah!
We did it!
We sure did.
I was getting control of myself.
Yes!
Fantastic.
When the rocket gets into range of the portal, the resonator is activated and the super portal is closed for good. Yay! You and Alex head inside a helicopter hangar and prepare to rescue Judith, while Eli says his goodbyes. Things are looking a little too good, aren't they? So yeah, an advisor shows up. Another advisor pops in, and as you and Alex are telekinetically pinned in the air, the advisor kills Eli.
Close your eyes, honey.
I love you, Dad.
Don't look.
No! Oh my God! No!
Eli's death by the advisor is especially bad because the advisor probably absorbed all the information about the Resistance and the Borealis from his brain. Dog comes to the rescue and the two advisors flee the scene. Alex cries while holding Eli's dead body and the game ends.
No. Oh my God.
So that's Half-Life 2. Condensed. Thanks for watching.
I will now ask you the world's shortest question ever, Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Thank you.
What's gonna happen in the next one?
Eli, there's not a next one. They didn't make a next one. And they were saying they're not gonna make another one. So we'll never know what happened. Does that make you sad? I'm sorry, Eli.